Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Nerd and Proud of It, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today to have a look at a millstone deck I am trying to build. So yeah, let's jump right into it. It's gonna be a vintage deck, and I got a couple of cards here I am thinking about putting in this vintage deck. It's inspired by a millstone that has been sent to me recently. This one on top here. I got this as a gift from Stayfos, or more or less he wanted to trade it for something cool. I made a video about it, check it out. Very nice one. It's a bit altered. It's signed by the artist and Richard Garfield himself. But I'm going to put this aside as I'm going to send it back to Stayfos because I simply don't feel I have the value or I have a card with the value to trade him for this. But I got the idea for a vintage millstone deck because of that millstone he sent me. So I ordered 4 antiquities millstones to pimp out that deck, and I more or less have an idea what else I want to play with that deck. And the first card I'm gonna put in here is a little bit of control, like 4 mana drains, because of the mana I can spend on playing millstones or other artifacts, and when I counter something, and 4 force of will, simply because I want to be able to counter very important stuff my opponent would probably like to play. So everything I can't mill away, I have to counter away. And the other idea I had was like, yeah, I have these 4 beautiful Field of Dreams, Legends Rare, reserved list. And I want to see the top card of everyone's deck, mine and his, so I can mill the top card away, or the top 2 cards away, if I see there's something important coming up for him, or I might even mill my own deck if I see like, yeah, there's a land on there on the top of my library, but I am actually wanting to get something else because I get enough mana or whatever. What I want to put in there as well is like 4 antiquities copy artifacts. You can copy the millstones or you can copy other artifacts. I will put in the deck as well. You will see in a minute. And of course, copy artifacts, animate power artifacts, and 4 copy artifacts. So 4 power artifacts to power maybe the millstone, but the winning or the earnings of making the millstone 1 cheaper isn't that much, but can be, and 4 copy artifacts to copy the millstone and copy other artifacts. And the power artifacts, of course, can make the artifacts, the other artifact activation cost cheaper. 4 fast bonds, simply because I might be able to draw lands or have lands, and I want to have some enchantments in there. And yeah, that sounds like a good idea for me. 1 basalt monolith for the power artifact and maybe some extra mana. 1 icy for control on the board if something comes through. A force field, which I can copy as well with my copy artifacts. If there are creatures on the board, traumatize. Speaks for itself. It mills half the opponent's library. And before we get to the power cards, some other cards I want to put in there, like natural selection. I think if you can look at the top cards of your own library or of your opponent's library, rearrange them and then mill them away, that might be a good idea. I got 4 savannas I acquired recently, which of course would fit in this deck, and I already had 4 tundras. I am missing 4 tropical islands, which is a bit unfortunate, but I'm working on these. Unfortunately, this is a card that is very expensive. Tropical islands go for almost $1,000 a piece, so getting a playset of those will take a while probably, or I have to find something expensive I can sell, or many cards I can sell, but let's see how that works out. Let me make a little bit of room here so everything is visible well, and then we're gonna add some other cards, the power cards. So yeah, the idea is to like, maybe play the millstone, mill away, play first round, play the Field of Dreams, Second round, maybe counter something with the mana drain, then play the Millstone with that mana I got left over from the mana drain next round, and maybe even activate the Millstone if there's something important on his library, and disrupt the deck as much as I can. I'm gonna add the pathways to the mana base because I can simply use them as kind of duels. And I'm gonna add the Tolarian Academy because I got a lot of artifacts in here. Of course, the copy artifacts count as artifact, and the Millstones, of course. And I got a lot of enchantments as well, which means I'm gonna add a Serra Sanctum too, and I'm gonna add a Library of Alexandria because I try to keep to 7 cards, and then I always can draw one and play more or less 1 card around for free. Of course, I'm gonna add my Ancestral, which fits in pretty well here, and that gives me an extra opportunity to draw cards for the fast bonds as well to play extra mana. I'm gonna add my Time Walk, of course, and I'm gonna add my 5 Moxes. These are my 7 power cards. The Moxes count towards the Tolarian Academy. The Moxes can be copied with the copy artifact. So yes, that might be that might come in handy as well. So this is more or less the basic. The only thing that I'm not very happy about, of course, is the fast bonds, because I don't have enough card draw in there to justify playing the lands. I wanted to have that in there for the enchantments, and I wanted to add another Serra Sanctum, but I might want to add some card draw like the Tomb, and I actually wanted to check if I can fit in like 4 Sylvan libraries. If I'm counting this, I'm still having some room, and yeah, that's what I wanted to try to do. I guess you get the idea. It's a very rough start of the deck. I'm just normally trying to get all the cards I have in my mind, and then think about the other cards I want to have. I have 4 Sylvan libraries, but I, for example, do not have a Tomb for some reason. I don't know why. Brain Gazier might be a good idea to add to the deck as well, especially with the mana drain. I have those too. And yeah, that kind of looks cool. I thought about adding like Wrath of God, just in case he's overwhelming me with creatures. I thought about adding Swords to Plowshares, but yeah, in general, that is roughly how all this looks at the moment. Let me know what you think about this deck, folks. Do you think this could work? This is, of course, not competitive. This is more or less a fun deck for me. I try to build decks with the cards I have. I had this idea. I wanted to get the Millstones anyway, and I think it kind of can work, and I wanted to combine it with the Field of Dreams and with the power artifact and the copy artifacts. And power artifacts might not even be that effective in this deck. It's good for the infinite mana combo with the Basalt Monolith, and it's good for the Icy, and it's good for the Serra Sanctum if you play it, but yeah, it only reduces the activation cost to 1, so I don't win a lot when I play it on the Millstone, but still, I want to keep them in there because I like the card. Tell me what you think about this. I'm very interested. Do you have any suggestions of cards I should add to the deck? And I may do a follow-up video on this and actually talk about the final version of the deck. Let me know what you think about this first setup. Folks, I wish you a very nice day. Stay healthy, stay frosty, and I talk to you next time. Bye, folks. Thanks.